Welcome to the tutorial on simulation analysis of inverting summing amplifier for AC inputs. Summing amplifiers can be classified in two categories, that is the non-inverting summer and the inverting summer. In this tutorial, we will focus on the inverting summer, and I have shown a simple circuit which makes use of two different input voltages represented as V1 and V2, and the resistance which is connected to the feedback path is represented as RF. So if we want to compute the output voltage, it is computed according to the equation that is given on the right side of the circuit diagram. So we can additionally add n number of input voltages, and the output voltage equation will change accordingly with respect to the number of input voltages that we are going to add. So in this tutorial, I am going to simulate for two input voltages by applying the AC input. I will change the values of the resistances that are connected to the input side, that is R1 and R2, and also I will modify the value of the resistance in the feedback path to show you how the output voltage varies. So here in the multisim, I am going to first place all the components that I require, that is the resistances. Because I'm using two input voltages, I require two resistances at the input side, one resistance in the feedback, and preferably another resistance which can be connected to the non-inverting input terminal. The type of the op-amp that I'm going to use is a 741 op-amp having a dual power supply, and the input voltage to the op-amp, as mentioned in the tutorial clearly, it is going to be an AC input. I will be connecting the supply voltages, changing the value to plus 15 and minus 15 volts. So the two resistances that I have used at the input side is 10 kilo ohm, and the resistance in the feedback path also is going to be 10 kilo, whereas the resistance connected to the non-inverting input terminal will be 3.3 kilo ohms. I'll be using the measurement probes at the input side and at the output side, and only the required parameters I'm going to take, mainly the peak to peak voltage and the frequency is what I want to observe. So I'm going to also use the Tektronix dual signal oscilloscope both at the output side as well as at the input side. I'll change the input voltage, that is the AC signal, to 4 volt peak and frequency 1 kilohertz. Now here 4 volt peak means the peak to peak voltage will be 8 volts. So I'm trying to adjust the time division scale to clearly see the output waveform. So on the left is the input waveform and on the right is the output waveform. I'm going to use the measure option to clearly see and observe what is the input and the output voltage, peak to peak value as well as its frequency. Since it's an inverting summer, one important thing to be noted here is your output voltage will be inverted by 180 degree with respect to the input. And because I have used a common input voltage, because both the resistances are connected to 4 volt peak, that is why a single signal source is being used. So you can see that input voltage of 8 volts peak to peak gives me an output voltage of 16 volt peak to peak. The frequency will remain the same, that is 1 kilohertz. Because there is a drastic variation in the voltage, because it takes at every instant of time, I will change my measurement probe only to peak voltage and frequency so that there is no confusion. For the second case, what I'm going to do is I will change the value of the resistance that is connected in the feedback path. I will change it to say 20 kilo ohms and keep the values of the resistance connected to the input as it is and observe the output. So as you can see, I am getting an output voltage peak to peak of 28.2 volt. Because the peak value was 8, so the equation, according to the equation, it was V out will be equal to minus of 2 20 kilo ohm by 10 kilo ohm into 4 plus 4, that is 8 into 2. Now this exceeds the value, so what I will do is I will change the value of the resistances that are connected to the input side and observe the output. If you observe here, my peak to peak voltage at the output side is limited to 28.2 volts. That is mainly because I have taken the value of input voltage very high. So what I'm going to do now is I will change my input voltage to a lesser value so that I can observe and understand much more clearly. So I have changed the input voltage peak to 2 volt. That makes the peak to peak value to be 4 volt. Now same concept I'm going to apply to the equation and observe the output voltage. So now you can see that the output voltage is having a peak to peak value of 24 volts. And you can see that the equations of the resistances is also modified. Again, I'm getting back to 10 kilo ohms, and I'll run the simulation, and you can see that the value is 16 volt. So previously we were getting a different value mainly because it was crossing the saturation levels. So here I have seen that the value of the input voltage is within the limit so that it doesn't cross the saturation level. Now I'm going to use two different AC inputs because I've already tried and experimented with different values of resistances. So I will try different values of input voltages and check the output. So here I'm adding different inputs and also adding an extra probe for the measurement. I'm deselecting whatever is not required, only voltage and frequency is kept. So you can see now two probes at the input side and one probe at the output side. So the values of resistances at the inputs, I have kept it as 10 kilo ohm, and the feedback I have maintained it as 20 kilo ohms. So when I simulate, you can see the output voltage is the same, 16 volt. The main reason being it is equivalent to whether you apply a single voltage source or apply two different voltage sources having the same value. So this example I had done to show you that it is exactly the same thing. Now let me change the value of the input voltage of any one of the input voltage. I have made it to 1 volt peak. Another one is maintained at 2 volt peak. And I shall run the simulation. You can see that the blue color line corresponds to the second voltage source in the first Tetronics, and the yellow line corresponds to the first voltage source. Now we can clearly verify the voltages at the input side and at the output side. So you have the first oscilloscope giving a 4 volt peak to peak, second one 2 volt peak to peak at the input, whereas the output is obtained as 12 volt. So in this way, we can apply different AC voltages and also vary the values of the resistances to observe the working of the inverting summer.